heard was you saying, "Oh my God." How do you think that makes them feel?
Wow. I bet it really turns their
They don't
blood
have penises.
into their.
Our women are our whole audience.
You think so?
Yeah, we solely appeal to a female demographic. It's really weird, I know.
Okay. Well, at least we're getting their juices flowing. That's what I would have said. Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted here. 1 second.
You're fine. I'm trying to open this up on my Twitch. That's not her name. That's her name.
Oh my God, it's being so dumb. There we go.
Scott 3 Barquay. You missed the O. Masterpiece or nah. It's Baroque.
Baro que. Gotcha.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm hitting update a million times.
Oh yeah, man.
I just gotta make sure, man. You dig?
It shows that it is up.
Cool. TJ, I had the idea for what might be the most pretentious game we could play ever.
I'm in. All right. No need for the rules. Let's go.
It's called Skaroofy or Christogru or whatever the fuck his name is.
Crisco?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We give a score and an album title, and you have to guess which reviewer gave it that score.
Gave it that score. Okay, so we're not even like hearing the.
No blur, because they write so differently. And I think I could pick out Skaroofy writing something from a mile away.
Okay. It's interesting. What if they gave it the same score?
Well, I mean, you don't pick that one, asshole.
So I'd pick a score. I'd say, hey, what's...
No, you pick an album, and then you look at both their scores. And they do have a different scoring system, so we'll have to like come out to some fucking way to even it out.
Yes.
But I'm sure we can come up to something along those lines. And then it's like fucking the New York Dolls self-titled album. Who gave it a 7?
Okay. I'm down to play with that. It has some overlap with one of the category blocks of things that I created.
Yeah.
I made one of the outlines of a categories sheet, and one of the categories is Skaroofy.
Interesting. Douchey.
Or Skaroofy's 8+.
I think we would both crush that category, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but we'd be given a limited alphabet.
That's fair.
But I'm down for both of them, honestly. It is different.
All right. But yeah, you want to play a game?
Mm-hmm.
What game do you want to play?
Let's play that one.
Okay, but we have to come up with a scoring system. Or
I got you.
Let me see. Because Chris Gow's fucking rating system is so annoying. Let me see.
Yeah, I think he has like 11 total scores.
No.
And it changed midway through the 90s.
No, it changed midway through the 90s, but it's like fucking... Let me read you his fucking scoring system. It's A plus A, A minus B, 3 asterisks, 2 asterisks, 1 asterisk, fucking a blank bomb. Face expression, cut, and bomb.
Yeah, I've read through those before.
It's fucking obnoxious. I think his like 69 to 89 grade system is way better.
Okay.
Which is just A plus A, A minus, B plus, B, B minus. Like fucking all the way down.
But for the one, or how much total ratings are there that are there? Like, is that 11 total options?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, it is 10. Okay.
Well, 10, 11, 12, 13, but 14, 15. But it's like fucking Scroofy never gives a 10. Like, that's a thing you gotta keep in mind. There's never a 10. He also has a lot of 0.5s in there.
Mm.
So let's say A plus for Chris Gow is a 9.5 for Scroofy. That make sense?
Okay.
So then A would be a 9, A minus would be an 8.5. B plus would be an 8.
Okay.
B would be a 7.5. B minus would be a 7. C plus would be a 6.5. C would be a 6. Like this feels right? Like across the board.
Sure. Yeah.
So do you want to go number, or do you want to go by Chris Gow's letter?
I'd say by Chris Gow's letter, I'll be able to take the score and turn it into a letter easier. It's a quicker conversion for me from Screwfy.
All right, so I'm going.
Okay.
Let me get it pulled up on both of them.
Sure.
So I'm converting. Oh god damn it! So we're going by Chris Gow's letter as the fucking thing, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is kind of like just a variation of truth or true or not true.
It's true, but I think it's funner. It adds just so many different levels of pretension.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who
Yeah.
gave Rain Dogs a B? Scroofy or Chris Gow?
Rain Dogs a B? So for Scroofy, that would be an 8?
Yes.
Okay, Scroofy.
God damn, you got me. You got me.
I've had an unfortunate amount of Scroofy browsing in my life.
I
Chris
do
Gow,
too.
I'm probably going to fall off quite a bit on him.
I don't know if I just...
Should we do albums that we know for sure?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I definitely know Scroofy better than Chris Gow as well. Me and Chris Gow have some pretty strong disagreements, so I don't.
I think that's his point. He's like, I feel like he's just inherently a contrarian, and half of his ratings are trolls.
But apparently, Chris Gow actually rated Rain Dogs higher than Scroofy.
Wow.
Who Scroofy considers Tom Waits the 4th greatest songwriter of all time.
Okay. Right on. Let me think of because now we're doing back and forth, right?
Yeah, we'll do it back and forth until one of us misses.
Okay, so let me see. I have 1 point right now. Plus 1 for TJ. I'll put that here. Now, Ben, Banjo Man. Let me see about. That's a good one. Okay. Are you ready to?
I am ready.
Fail. All right. Never mind on that one.
Man, I can't believe Chris Gow only gave Rain Dogs a B plus though. That kind of bumps me out. That neither of them is like, yeah, it's no. Chris Gow only gave it a B plus. Scroofy gave it what would be a B in the system.
Oh,
it bums me out either way. That album deserves
should be a 10.
Credit. It should be a 10. That's a top 10 album for me.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. Nothing in our note. Okay. Who, Ben, gave Twin Fantasy an A minus?
An A minus Twin Fantasy?
Yeah.
That had to be Chris Gow. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Scroofy ain't a fan.
Okay. I'm not sure if this will be terribly fun for viewers, though, because this is a little bit niche.
This is fairly niche. But, guys, if you want to find the 2 douchiest reviewers on the internet, if I got a website for you. Yeah. Or 2 websites. Oh, dude. I know where I'm going. Never mind. I have no idea where I'm going. Fuck Chris Gow. He's wrong.
Okay.
Chris Gow's kind of dumb.
No, I think sometimes he literally is just trolling. How's your day been going, by the way?
It's been fine.
That's good. I am glad that your day is going fine.
All right. Who gave the Clash's self-titled album B-?
Self-titled album. B-. That would be Chris Gow.
Haha, no, that would be Scaroofy.
For real? I thought he gave it a B.
Chris Scaroofy is 8 and a B, or is it a B-?
I thought A. Then A- would be. Oh, you're right. A- would be an 8.
A- would be an 8. Did I fuck up?
I don't know. What would be the A? Because there was no.
Chris Gow gave the Clash's self-titled an A, so that would be a 9 for Chris Gow.
Okay. And then so an A- would be an 8 on Scaroofy's.
No,
I thought he gave it an 8.
What am I doing? What am I saying, TJ?
Oh, this is too hard.
The conversion is what makes it fucked up. We need a fucking rule here. Mm-hmm. I said B-, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so 9.5 is A+. 9 is A.
Okay. Oh, God.
8.5 is B+.
I'm too bad at math. This game will never work.
This isn't gonna work unless we have like an actual scale.
I'll have to write it down. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's lab this one out a little bit and then come back to it.
Okay.
And just call this a draw for now.
Sure. Yeah.
Because we're dumb, dude. We're fucking dumb.
It's all right, man. You're dumb.
I am fucking dumb. I'm stupid. You're right.
All you, man. So fucking. Should we do another game or?
Do you want to do another game? Do you got a game? Do you got an idea? Do you got a category? You got the other one that we do normally, or you got a new game?
I got it, but it would still have the problem right now where we don't have like anything for you to display on the screen. I can turn it probably into a PDF so that we can actually display it for everybody.
What, like the game points or whatever? Or?
All the categories that we would have to fill in with a S answer or a D answer or whatever. Gotcha. So it'd be like 8 options, and then we'd like just try to fill out as many within a minute. Maybe we should do like a timer countdown animation or something also. So maybe nothing. Maybe we got nothing.
Game? We don't got category. We can just throw out there real quick.
I'll just throw out there real quick.
Dudes with notoriously long penises in bands.
I don't know that many. I don't really look into that too often.
I know a few.
Okay. I would say drugs.
Drugs? Songs about drugs? Albums about drugs? Artists who are on drugs?
Ooh. What if we do like album names that are also innuendo-ish?
Album names or band names?
Maybe both.
Okay. That were innuendo-ish? Like sex or like...
Yeah. Like
or
sex,
drugs
dude.
or any of it?
They're all the same, dude.
I could try.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if I got anything.
Are we doing that?
You start.
I start. Do you got a timer on your phone? Because my phone's currently doing shit. Or wait, you got to open up a calculator.
Oh, okay.
And then I can do the timer on my phone.
Okay.
Stopwatch right there. So I have to start, right?
Sure.
Pearl Jam.
Good one.
What is it, 30 seconds? Let's do 30 seconds.
Sure. Um, Umaguma?
Is that a
I'm
drug
just kidding.
reference?
No. uh, shit, now I can't think of any.
I can think of some very straightforward ones, but I don't even know if those count.
Sex, chocolate, magic, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Sure, I'll give it to you if I can have my next one, which is just the band Morphine.
Drugs. That's good.
Okay, here you go. You get another one. I thought of a good one that's fairly like right out there, dude. There's one we're right out there.
40 ounces to freedom.
Okay, that works. That wasn't what I was thinking. I was thinking Sex Pistols.
Okay,
Now
that's
you
pretty good. Okay.
Ooh, got another one. Actually, they just keep coming.
Okay. Pussy Galore.
Is that a band?
Is that? Yeah.
Sure, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
What was one I had? The Breeders.
Nice. That's good. Lil Dicky?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. What fucking Mannequin Pussy?
Never heard of that one.
They're a good band. They're a good band.
Oh, AC/DC.
That's not sex.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a slang for being bisexual.
No, it's not. It's they fucking named it after their fucking aunt's sewing machine.
Doesn't matter if they do, dude. That's what happened in popular culture.
Okay, you can be AC/DC. You can be gay CDC over here. Fucking Sex and Candy.
Sex and Candy. Okay.
Marcy's Playground.
Peaches.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, buddy. What's that song? Like the 10-inch record? Shit.
No idea.
Because he keeps implying he's gonna say his 10-inch penis, but it's his 10-inch record.
No idea. Okay.
Fucking. Shut up, cat! I got nothing. I think you win.
Oh shit! Holy shit!
Yeah, dude. I think you got that one.
I think that might be my first time winning a turn-based one.
I think that's your second time.
Okay.
Did you have any more?
I was gonna try cat power after you said cat, but I don't know if that really counts. I don't think it does.
I don't think cat power counts, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I love cat power though.
Okay, so that's 5. So do I get 5 and then you get 2?
Yeah.
Or 3?
2.
Okay.
I say round down.
Okay.
All right, bud.
That's cool, man. Oh, dude.
All right, bud.
I'm so proud.
Ready to start talking about Mr. Walker?
Oh, heck yeah, man. Noel Scott Engel.
Damn, using the
Scott
formal name.
Walker.
The formal name.
Yeah, that's his formal name. I have some notes,
cool.
But nothing on this individual songs. I have notes on him though. His pop worked oil across the states. He is an industry manager. Oil.
Okay.
He was a child singer and actor, supported heavily by then famous Eddie Fisher. He made it onto Fisher's TV show and 2 Broadway shows while he was a child. He got into European New Wave art films and beat poetry.
He sounds like a cool guy.
I agree. He got into music a little bit afterwards. He met John Moss, who changed his name to John Walker. To back up. I wrote it badly, sorry. So they were a backup band for John's sister. They left her and had a stint with the Surfaris and became the Walker Brothers. And they later got Gary Leeds on the drums. They changed the names to Walker as a marketing thing. And They focused on that as their career. They did enough gigging and had small TV appearances to make a decent living for a while, but they weren't anything huge.
Until they fucking were.
Yeah. Drummer worked as a session drummer in the UK and convinced them to try and hit the UK market. So they went overseas, and a song with John on the lead charted, but not much. And then Scott's charted better, so they made him the lead of their band. And then a Bacharach song cover made them #1 on the charts. They hit it out of the park with 2 huge follow-up single, and there you have it. Scotty was a pop star.
Scotty was a big boy. He's a big boy.
Scotty, you're one of the skies.
I like what he does.
They stayed together for about a half a decade and then had artistic differences. Particularly, Scott felt the group began relying on him too much. He went solo. His first 4 albums were all successful. His #2 was top of the charts. He took heavy influence from Jacques Brel and made his arrangements more morose and dark than the Walker Brothers' direction. He dabbled hard in production. His fame apparently grew to trouble him, so he became reclusive for a period of time. And in '68, he studied Gregorian chant and classical music modes while living at Quar Abbey, a Catholic Benedictine monastery.
That's cool as shit. That's some shit really I would do, Scott.
That's some Leonard Cohen sound and stuff. Didn't he live in a monastery for a while?
Leonard Cohen lived in a Zen monastery.
Okay.
I forget if it was Zen or if it was just normal Buddhism, but yeah.
Okay.
Leonard Cohen, someone who says he took direct influence from Scott Walker, along with a lot of other cool fucking people. We're just like, this fucking dude. He's the real dude. My favorite was the Brian Eno quote, where he's like, Scott Walker took music to a place where it hasn't been able to reach again without him. Like, fucking, just the highest praise possible. He's like, the Talking Heads couldn't get there, I couldn't get there, Dave Bowie couldn't get there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's real high praise, yeah. Good going on Eno, man. Yeah, that's Leonard Cohen is the only way that I heard of him was through his influence on him.
Interesting.
Leonard Cohen. He had a BBC show given to him called Scott, which wasn't conserved, and clips of it are apparently rare. And from that came his 4th album of material, and he said he had problems not being complacent with the material he worked on, balanced with showbiz at the time. So his Scott 4, which is technically his 5th studio album, replaced the recorded material of his 4th studio album, and the studio deleted the other record, which I've never heard of. It's a process by which they just stopped releasing all of the other version of that album.
That's crazy. It's probably very valuable.
Probably. 4, despite being regarded now, was a flop, and some people think it's because of his name being used, Scott Engel, on it.
Yeah.
And so they changed it on later releases back to Scott Walker. The flop might have depressed him or something, but the studio obligations to release so many records afterward and to aim more commercially made him bum out. He admittedly got depressed during that time and stopped caring very much.
Yeah. And didn't he just record covers, basically? Or, like, shit the studio
it's
made
like,
for him?
Yeah, it's like 4 albums of just almost completely covers or stuff written by others. They revived the Walker Brothers and made an album of separate chunks of originals.
All right, dude. I gotta ask. Did you listen to the first... I'm gonna fucking play my cards here. I went on a deep dive with my listening of Scott Walker in the past week.
Cool.
Did you listen to the first 4 tracks of Night Flights, which were the 4 he wrote?
No, what is Night Flights?
Night Flights was the Walker Brothers.
Oh,
album,
that's the first 4. Okay.
Where he wrote the first 4 tracks, and then the rest of the album sucked. Dude, those first 4 tracks were like, I was coming.
Murder in a Black Convertible.
Yeah.
But that's cool. They made that album. He had the first chunk of originals on there. The first 4. Single went from that album went to #7, but the album barely charted. The following singles they released didn't chart at all. The band drifted apart, and Scott went quiet for 3 years. Then he signed with Virgin when interest in him resurged through The Teardrop Explodes as Julian Cope, and picking the compilation CD Fire Escape in the Sky.
You ever listen to Julian Cope?
No, I've never listened to him.
He's good. He's good.
I know. I've heard. He's one of those big names in the psychedelic arena.
I love the title of that album, though. Fire Escape in the Sky, the godlike genius of Scott Walker. Like, what the fuck, man? You couldn't tame that a little bit?
They chose one of the most kind of obscure lyrics. Seems like. I don't know. But Virgin, oh no, sorry, I'm skipping a note here. His solo album Climate of the Hunter flopped but was critically acclaimed and featured Billy Ocean and Mark Knopfler from the Dire Straits on it. Virgin dropped him afterwards, then he went quiet for a bit and came back with a really experimental album, Tilt, which is critically acclaimed. He shuffled around doing odd music jobs that were really well received and did the soundtrack for a Leos Carax film, which I thought was interesting. He produced Pulp's album We Love Life, which features a track that makes fun of one of Scott's terrible albums of covers released during his slump. He got an award from Q Music for his contribution to music, and he got signed by 4AD. Drift was really well received.
4AD, a label that doesn't put out duds. At least in the 90s they didn't. 4AD fucking slayed in the 90s.
Interesting. I don't really know much about them at all.
But continue.
Mojo gave him the Icon Award. A documentary was made of him featuring Radiohead and David Bowie praises. He released his last album, Bish Bosh, to general favor critically and contributed a lot to other people's projects after that. Notably, him and Sun O made a album together, and for the album Soused, that's the album that they made together. Yeah.
No, they're called Sun, TJ.
Oh.
They're Sun. Didn't you know?
No, I'm gonna call him Sun-O.
Poser.
That's ridiculous.
What a fucking lame-o doesn't know Sun's band name.
Wow. Is that a thing that their community does?
Yes.
All right.
I've gotten made fun of for calling him Sun-O before.
Dude, Cannibal Ox even refers to him as Sun-O Yo.
Really?
Sun-O Yo. Yeah. And then he composed 2 soundtracks. That's the end of my notes for his lifetime achievements.
All these people who fucking legacy him, man?
I try to keep those a little bit shorter, I guess.
Yeah.
I covered Radiohead and David Bowie. You can go ahead and do that.
Brian Eno, Leonard Cohen. Come on, man. I had more. I've forgotten them. David Bowie said he's basically been my idol since I was 5 years old or some shit like that, which is fucking crazy. It's crazy.
That is cool.
But yeah, dude. So Scott 3, any initial thoughts you want to be leading into this one with?
I liked it.
You liked You liked it? You like it?
I liked it. No, I'm just saying I don't have any other notes really. I don't have any way of summarizing it. It's a very it's a weird coupling of genres, I guess. You wouldn't expect to hear like crooning put over this like really magnificent vaguely eerie orchestral swells.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I think this album captures a very specific mood, a very particular mood. I like its use of... Like, it seems to me the main focus of this album is the passage of time. As I read through the lyrics. And I like the way it uses its seasonal metaphors consistently throughout the album. I actually feel like, lyrically speaking, like, all metaphors in this album are connected in very linear ways, which makes interpretation very simple, which I appreciate.
Okay.
But
I can see that.
I found reading Scott Walker's lyrics today, like, even just separate from the music, they're actually very beautiful. Like, just reading them as poems, they work really well. Other than that, what else do I got? I think this album is kind of hurt by the last 3 songs on it.
The Jock Brel covers?
Yeah, which were the songs that Scott didn't write.
Okay.
Well, I don't think they're necessarily bad. I think they just don't stand up to the rest of the album, which is fucking excellent. Not to fucking lay down what I'm laying down.
I feel like there's not really any way that we can avoid kind of laying down what we lay down if we sum at the top. That's all right.
But yeah, you want to start, buddy?
Sure, let's get into the music.
It's raining today.
So this song starts off real eerie.
Dude, the use of like the fucking instrumentation in this song to kind of meld with the lyrics of the song is so cool. And you don't hear like this crooning style over like this dark and like twisted of music typically.
Yeah, this is probably the darkest like tonally song on the album.
Oh, without a doubt. I think it was Tom York who listed this as like one of his 5 Desert Island songs, like that he would take with him.
And I was gonna say that as well, and mention that when I first heard this, the first thought that I had was that it reminded me of "How to Disappear Completely" by Radiohead on Kid A.
Really?
That it starts out very similarly.
I haven't listened to Kid A in like 5 years, so I can't recall.
What I'm saying is that they ripped off Scott Walker.
Yeah, they did. They did. I agree. Whenever I get to talk shit on Radiohead or the Beatles, I'm down.
Yeah, well, Radiohead definitely more directly ripped off of varying influences. You can really pinpoint the influences. The Beatles, I feel like it gets harder.
Because everyone before them was nowhere near as big as them.
Yeah, but there also wasn't as much experimental music around before when they were started.
Yeah.
So it's raining today, and I'm just about to forget the train window girl. That's a wonderful day we met. She smiles through the smoke from my cigarette.
Yeah, it's a simple story. This is like fucking he's remembering a past where he had a romance, which is going to be a common theme throughout this album for many different characters.
Yeah, I feel like in a way they're all kind of the same character of just like some person who did not pursue their dreams or got lost fantasizing about their dreams or something.
Yeah,
because they all seem to be having trouble with fantasy.
That's true. There's one song in particular where I think that mold diverges. I forget what song it is though.
Okay.
Fucking, let me look at the track listing and I can probably tell you.
Oh sure.
Is it Rosemary?
This one, I don't know.
Rosemary. It's the one where she's describing her mother aging. Or, like, the fucking antique cups of tea is the lyric that stands out to me in that song.
Okay.
But she's more defining the aging process. Even though there's a fair involved in the song, it's more longing for youth is what she's coming after.
Okay. I did not pick that up, but I kind of did. I wouldn't have pinpointed it to those words of her desiring youth being the purpose of the song, I guess. Just more so that she felt she had lost time.
Yeah.
But those are kind of the same way of saying the same thing, I guess. But antique cups of tea.
Yeah.
It mentions antiques 2 times in the album.
It's a really pretty lyric.
Yes, I feel like this is very much up your alley of the very, very literate, like rolling off the tongue well, like adjective choices to like paint scenes.
Yeah, no, he absolutely does, and the fact when you can put a metaphor behind those scenes, like that's just the shit I eat up. Is like pretty words that form pretty images in my head that have deeper meaning. Like that's the trifecta.
Yeah. For me, it wasn't as mysterious as I want it to be because I really want to scratch my chin and feel like really cool once I get the meaning. Be like, I guess you didn't.
Doesn't that just mean he's more successful at metaphor though? Like fucking. That you can read into it instantly and it still says something a little profound.
Yeah, but it is fairly broad what he's talking about. But I feel like that fits. Even again, like we've talked about before, sometimes the music encapsulates the same metaphor. Like even like the way that everything is so broad and sweeping.
Yeah.
And that he's serenading, like the kind of song that he's singing would be usually associated with like singing love songs to a girl, but it's almost all about like loneliness and loss and time passing. It's all just like it just feels big and like looking out a window and crying.
No, that's absolutely kind of the vibe I get. So Copenhagen,
sure. Hold on, I wanted to catch your thought on Cellophane Streets because I don't really know what that means.
Cellophane Streets,
I couldn't figure that one out.
Well, it's one of the 2 times he mentioned cellophane on the album, isn't it?
It is.
Because of 30th Century Man. In 30th Century Man, where he's talking about freezing all the time, as a way of capturing the moment and trying to stay in it, I think cellophane is probably being used in a similar fashion. Where cellophane, it wraps up, it preserves things. So the cellophane streets, the streets preserved in your memory by the cellophane wrap.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Because they'd be protected from the rain if it's raining today.
Yeah.
And I watch the South Lane streets. Okay.
And
So he's trying to preserve.
and other like fall, like snow or rain,
Yeah.
fall or winter
He's a
things
cold, trembling leaf. Yep.
are the passage of time. So the cellophane is
Yeah.
preserving the summer or the youth in the song.
Okay, that's interesting because the top line is "It's raining today, and I'm just about to forget the girl." Then it continues on through all of the details of her. I wonder if he's saying that like what he remembers isn't correct, but that I don't think that has much support. But that's just a passing thought I have right now.
I think it's that he's saying the preserving of the thought is also like a preserving of his youth, just in his mind.
Okay. I'm more like trying to hit on why he would be using the word forget, or that he's about to forget.
In the first verse, says back to the first verse then. Let me
on the first verse there.
Let me actually get the lyrics pulled up.
Sure. I don't care that much. It's a pretty passing thought, but to me, if he's like starting off saying something about how he's about to forget, and then he just like covers all this stuff, and then he's talking about cellophane, it seems like he's trying to not forget, but he's indicating that he's about to forget. Maybe it's because he can't move on, so he's continuing. He's like perpetuating the fantasy. He's making sure that he doesn't forget.
Where does it say he's about to forget?
Second line.
Oh, second line. I'm just about to forget the train window girl. It's raining today. So maybe it's about... just my initial thought. Maybe it's about dementia, dude. Like, he's getting to the fucking winter of his life. He's forgetting, like, this affair he had. And, it's not that he wants to. It's just it's a natural process of aging.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I definitely feel like aging is the main topic of this album, without a doubt.
Okay.
Yeah? Do you yay, nay?
I think I agree with you. He's saying it's raining today, and I'm just about to forget the train window girl. She smiles through the smoke from my cigarette. So that is the memory that he's seeing there.
Is her through the smoke of his cigarette.
Yeah, so she's not there. But he's just about to forget the train window girl. And it's raining today. Something about the rain is bringing her back to him, possibly? Like, I feel like
no,
maybe
it's
the
opposite.
The rain. Okay.
I think the rain represents the passage of the seasons, aka aging.
Okay. And yeah, that's why he's doing the whole...
That's why he's about to forget.
Cellophaning.
Okay. Yeah. He's trying to cellophane to keep it dry. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You got that? That makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. What the fuck? This website I pulled up sucks.
What the fuck?
Okay. So Copenhagen. Why is there showing me a picture of Donald Trump kissing an underage girl?
It's probably his daughter.
I hope so. Oh, dude, every song on this album is just like kind of beautiful.
Okay.
In just
almost every song.
Yes, almost every song. It just like kind of reminds me of everything I wish Frank Sinatra could be. Like I like Frank Sinatra's music, but it's like having this more melancholic mood to it. I mean, Frank has that in the Wee Small Hours in the Morning, which is a very good album, but having like more experimental instrumentation behind it as well, I think really lends to the style and the aesthetic. It definitely feels like a room with smoke in my mind, like a bar room. Fucking people sadly drinking straight whiskey, like but they're fancy. It's in a fancy cup, and they're wearing a suit.
Yeah. I got you, yeah.
Well, how do you feel about this song?
I feel like Copenhagen's probably a girl.
You think so?
Yeah, it seems like it.
Copenhagen again. Gotta Make Me a Child again. Our love is an antique song for children's carousels. I could also see it being the place.
It could be. Why would it warm his feet beneath cold sheets? I feel like that one is too parallel. But then again, what could that mean for sunny streets? dyed my hair. I don't know, but yeah, it seems like it's just saying,
Maybe it's also saying visiting Copenhagen made him feel young again.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess what I got from this one when I was reading through it earlier today, because today's the only day I got to it, reading the lyrics, was that the children's carousels, the reason why their music would be playing their antique song while children are on the carousels is because it sounds like the ideal that would drive like the kind of innocent children laughing in the fantasy.
Yeah.
And that his memories of this are fantasized, possibly.
I could see that. I really don't know. I really just think the song's pretty and has pretty lyrics. I didn't look too deep into them.
I read into the last 3 particularly. That was or 4.
The last 3 songs?
I don't know what. No, the last 4 lyrics of this song.
Okay, children aren't afraid of love, and laugh when life amuses them. Our love's an antique song for children's carousels. It's just saying along the lines of the fact that he's been made a child again means he's been made to enjoy these simpler things that can happen to him. I think that's a simple reading. That's like a fucking surface reading. I'm not digging too deep on that one, but I that's what I got.
Right on.
Is that fair? Do you like it?
Yes, this song's really pretty.
It is. It is. All these songs are really pretty. I'm just gonna say it. They're all really pretty.
Rosemary comes in with a little bit of suspense, a little bit of a vaudeville kind of suspense, almost.
Oh, this is like my 3rd favorite song on the album.
Right on. I feel like maybe we should, if we're gonna do lyrical ones, should we put the lyrics up while we're going through them? Like on the screen? Like we can make it consume like the left or the right side?
Is there an easy way to do that?
It'll just be through a browser window.
Let me try. Let me do some shit. If I had a 3rd monitor, life would be a lot easier.
Okay.
Add browser.
How much for a 3rd?
What?
How much for a 3rd?
A 3rd what? A monitor?
Monitor, yeah.
Oh, this is gonna suck. This is gonna suck, TJ.
Okay. Oh, it's got a matte going on. A mata.
Well, it's that, and it's like fucking. I'd have to change the browser for every new song.
Oh, it only goes by like the tab?
It goes by a specific URL for the browser.
Oh, that sucks. Okay. Weird. I did not know that. I think
I could try display capture, but then when I'm switching tabs, it's gonna fuck it up.
I don't know. Let's try to figure that out later, though, because I think there is a way. I've seen other people do it, but it might just be under different capture. That's tricky looking, or has a weird name.
But yeah, Rosemary, let's go. They can pull it up. They know how to Google.
Ah, bitches. We don't want them looking at our stream.
Can I just say the string instrumentation on this album is incredible. Like the orchestration of the strings.
It really makes it. It really makes it, man.
Like between that and just kind of the melancholy nature of Scott's voice, like it just works so well.
There's something strangely Christmassy about this album too.
Like I actually had the exact same vibes.
You're an outsider on Christmas. This album's perfect.
No, have you ever listened to "In the Wee Small Hours" and then "Mourn" by Frank Sinatra?
I've either listened to it once or just in passing, but I have an impression. Yeah,
It's not as dark as this, but it's like the darkest thing I've heard a crooner put out, and that's the only album. It's like this album is somewhere between that and Nick Cave, and that's the fucking vibe.
I want to say Frank's a little bit like more romantical about his moroseness, whereas this one's a little bit more stark, trying to like make you hurt a little.
Absolutely, but this song I think lyrically delves into the aging thing more than anything else on this album.
Yes. Yeah.
Evening with your mother's friends, pregnant eyes, sagging chins, swollen fingers, pour antique cups of tea. Like, fucking...
Oh, I didn't pick that up. Pregnant eyes, I just assumed meant that she was ready to cry, but it's talking about like the sagging of her eyes in age.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I like that.
No, dude, this whole song, lyrics-wise, I think is possibly the best on the album.
And it also contains watching trains go by from platforms in the rain, which refers straight back to the first song.
Yep, it does indeed.
Also, there's somebody named Mr. Jim, and who doesn't want to meet somebody named Mr. Jim? That's just a cool name.
And any time we start talking about Mr. Jim, the song kicks back into a major key. And fucking Scott's voice kind of picks up this more happy nature behind it.
Okay.
So it's referring kind of to the aspects of spring, or more referenced in this album, summer, of youth in this major key tone, versus fall and winter always get referenced in kind of a more minor key tone, unless I can't remember any particular instances that it's happening, but I'm covering my bases, unless it's a happy recollection happening.
Oh, shit. Should I go into the stream real quick and just hear if I'm hearable?
Yeah. Go ahead and do that.
Okay. Sorry,
I love this
crossed my mind. All right, go ahead and talk then.
Penis. Suck 'em
and
up,
I'll talk
penis,
now,
penis,
if you'll stop talking now that I'm talking. Oh, yeah, I'm coming through fine. I guess it's more going to matter when there's the audio from the game coming in. Duh.
Yeah.
Stupid. I'm stupid as shit.
Dad.
All right, I'm back. Yes, Rosemary, though. Doesn't it make you think of Rosemary and Thyme?
Ha! No, actually, when I hear Rosemary, the first thing I think about is Rosemary's Baby. Always.
So, yes, same actually. Watching, yeah. Yeah, I know. I think we have hit on all the notes of what the lyrics kind of get here.
Well, what about the photograph? I think the photograph is arguably like the keystone, the cornerstone of the song.
I assume it's either a picture of him or her that's on her wall.
I honestly assume it's a picture of her younger.
Okay.
But I just love the depiction.
Oh yeah, what's the significance of the moon? Because later on, eyes pick up moonbeams, and also the moon. The moon is in the sky when the fire pole is there.
It's a good point. It's something I noticed happened a lot on the album. I just didn't give much thought.
Yeah, I don't really know what the moon is supposed to exactly symbolize.
I mean, is it just a constant? Is it just like a fucking touchstone in all times?
I don't know. My first impulse right now, I guess, is to think that it has something to do with not being like alive or being under like the thriving source of life or something, but rather spending all your time inside of like gloominess.
Yeah. Is the sun referenced anywhere?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But certainly people looking back at their past or looking in the future indecisively seems to be a thing. So that could just be a way of saying like they're not living quite as well. The same metaphor that literally like, I mean, Flaming Lips kind of did, but so many bands probably, and probably so many poets.
I think fucking the Magnetic Fields are the first band I always think of when it comes to moon references.
Okay. I don't think I've listened to any of them.
You listened to 610 Love Songs, I thought.
Oh, yep. I was confusing the bands. Yes. I did listen to that.
They're a very good band.
It's very long. Very long.
But all right, Rosemary, good song. Yeah. Want to go to Big Louie?
Let's go to Big Louie. I was thinking it was Big Louise.
You're probably right.
I don't know. That might be. Both ways.
I think you're right.
Let's check.
She stands. She stands. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Unless that's Louise's husband, you know. You never know. But you go ahead while I listen to Louise getting pronounced.
I don't think it gets pronounced anywhere in the song, dude.
Oh no, I'm looking up how to say.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, yeah, it's Louise.
Fuck you.
She feels the bag neath her eyes. Oh, yeah, from her fire escape. Okay, that's the same lyric.
She feels the bag neath her eyes with moonbeams.
That's probably why I read the tears.
Time. It's
looking
time,
back
dude.
in retrospect.
Moonbeams are time, as in months. Like months fucking pass
Sure,
by
many
with the
moons
cycle
ago.
of the moon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it. If I had to wager a guess.
I would say that is good, dude.
Yeah.
I'm with you. And it fits. You know, I get a lot of Halloween imagery from here.
Yeah. So here's when I look at this, it's one of those keys that's like between major and minor. I don't know all the modes names. I should.
Yeah, right. It's Mixolydian.
It's one of them. I don't think Mixolydian is the right word. But it kind of, the music itself involves a nostalgic tone that is happy yet sad that the time has passed, but happy that it happened, if that makes sense.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yes. Yeah. It's definitely happier than previous songs, even though the lyric matter is arguably more depressing.
Yeah, what do you think about the... Well, I remember one person, either some commenter on Rate Your Music or All Music, sorry that I didn't take note, thought that the indication of the fire escape in the sky was that that she was a stripper, or that she was being a skank.
Wait, what?
And then supportive lyrics could be that the tears smudge her lipstick, the neighbors just whisper all day, and her bathroom's torn. That she
the world passed her by. What does that have to do with being a prostitute?
I don't know about that one. And cries because the world's passed her by. I think that would probably just mean that she failed.
That's part of the same verse, though.
Yeah. No, yeah. I would say that was just because she felt like she was a failure if she was a prostitute.
She stands all alone. Well. You can hear her hum softly from her fire escape in the sky.
Yeah, I'm not saying I agree with them. I'm just saying that's a reading that some people had. I can see some support. The haunted house and with the windows.
I would honestly more read her fire escape in the sky as like fucking she's going out to have a smoke.
Okay. Right on.
She's a haunted house and her windows are broken. And the sad young man gone away. Her bathrobe's torn and tears smudge her lipstick, and the neighbors just whisper all day. I love that fucking whole verse there.
Bro.
It's so pretty.
I don't know what her being a haunted house is supposed to mean, but my assumption is that if the windows are broken, that it means she doesn't have any way of hiding what is going on with her from the outside world.
She's a haunted house. She's just a tortured
maybe
spirit,
people
man.
Gawk at her.
There's
maybe
just
people. It's a local attraction. People are like, oh, well, look at that haunted house. It reminded me of Cohen, the house that is haunted.
If you, I know what you're talking about. We're by the ghost of you and me. There we go. I had to get the lyrics. I had to pull some out there.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just feel like it means she's kind of tortured by a past. Like fucking, there's some trauma in her life that makes her a haunted house. And her windows are broken. Don't know about that one. And the sad young man's gone away. Her bathrobe's torn. I love lyrics like her bathroom's torn and smeared and tears smudge her lipstick. Like fucking, I love descriptive lyrics like that. That very much so give you an indication of a person's emotional state, just from an outside view.
Yeah, I agree. In a world filled with friends, do you think that he's trying to say that
last lyric confuses me?
Okay.
And didn't time sound sweet yesterday in a world filled with friends?
You lose your way.
Maybe
sorry, do you think
friends?
That he's saying?
I don't know.
I'm wondering if it's supposed to be like in a world filled, like maybe you're supposed to have like a closer partner and that nobody was special to her, that it's just like a world full of people that are all equally as useful to her.
Yeah.
But I really don't know. That line kind of stands out to me. I can't really fit it in too well. But if there's a fire escape in the sky...
I just assume she lives in a city, and that's like her apartment. She's out having a smoke.
Ooh,
that's what I read into that.
Okay, I literally imagined a fire escape in the sky.
Yeah, but it's like if you're in like a 10-story building or whatever, you're fucking, and you go out to have smoke on your fire escape because that's where you smoke.
Yeah.
Or just to get outside. It's like that's your deck, man. In New York
to me,
City
I I assume because she's filling the bags beneath her eyes with the moonbeams. This is a very stupid reading. That she had climbed up the fire escape towards the whatever building, like she needed to escape from, in order to get the stuff to fill up her eyes with tears. Like she was deliberately escaping into the sky.
Goddamn.
The opposite of the way she was supposed to go.
All right. I actually really have to go pee-pee, so I will be right
Okay.
back. Sorry.
That's cool. No, that sounds good.
What?
Sounds good.
Entertain our crowd.
I will do my best. Crowd, is anyone there? Anyone there? A little boring. Some thoughts that I have is that you would not want to be wearing clothing that is extra large on you if you were trying to sneak into Disneyland, because that's ludicrous. That would not actually make you look like an adult. You would just be a kid with big clothes hanging off you. But that doesn't mean that it was a bad idea. I think that you're clever, and it seems to me that if there were a children's law, they would grant that you are forgiven just on the basis of having such ingenuity at such a young age. I'm talking 4- in this instance of somebody trying to sneak into Disneyland. And so you'd probably have more opportunities arising in your life as long as you just realize the mistake that you made. Like, oh, you shouldn't be sneaking into Disneyland. You should just be creating innovative ways to run a business, and follow laws. Yeah. And I mean, that's probably going to put the kid in some colleges. Like maybe that's automatically, if I see a kid that's 4 years old trying to sneak into the Disneyland because he's wearing extra large clothing, trying to act like he's older than he is, I'm gonna say get that kid a scholarship. I'm gonna say let's get him.
Ah, we this. Where'd my headphones go?
Immediately.
There they are.
Because that kid is gonna be busy.
All right, I'm back and I can hear people.
Smart.
What?
I don't know, man. I was saying some bullshit.
Cool, good for you. So we came through.
We came through.
This song deserves more listens than it has on Spotify, I'm realizing.
This song is such a tonal shift.
Yeah, it really is. I like it though. I definitely. Yeah, it's like a Marconi kind of thing.
Mm. He croons much more aggressively.
It's true, and just the what's the word? Like the marching drum in the background with like the trumpet just fucking works so well to create a different mood than the rest of the things had.
Yeah, this is a song where things are charging. They are charging in a medieval setting. Horses, knights.
This is a song of
battle
definitely
time, baby.
They're still like recollecting the past here. Like don't get it twisted. Yeah. But they're recollecting their glory as opposed to comparing where they are now versus where they've been in the past. And that's why it takes out this more chipper attitude to it.
Okay.
That's what I get, at least.
Okay.
I don't know if you got anything here.
Here, I thought it was about history. I guess being the statues recurs later, gazing up at statues dressed in stars. But yeah, I thought it was just about history driving forward and this person wanting to be great, be a big part of history or something.
Yeah.
And we're giants, and we watch our kings and countries raise their shields. And he talks about Guevara and Luther King just dying through their views.
I love the lyric, and as Luther King's predictions fade from view, we came through. Just because you never hear him referred to as Luther King. Like, fucking... Yeah. It's such an interesting fucking way of phrasing that. But I guess this song could be about like the heroes of history, what they get to look back on in life. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't really know Che Guevara's history though. I don't know how
I don't
much.
know any much about Che Guevara.
Okay. I don't know if he would fit the same sort of catalog of good as Luther King.
I mean, Luther King is the more objectively, like, everyone agrees person for certain.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the Weird Giants later on it brings up giants versus
in 30th
dwarfs.
century, man.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that's related to here. We observe the naked souls of gutters pouring forth mankind. It's dope, dude.
Dude, fire the guns and salute the men who died for freedom's sakes. And we'll weep tonight, but we won't lie awake. Because they aren't scared, man. They aren't scared.
Yeah. But I do think that maybe this is like supposed to be a portrayal of like what the living is. Just
the actual
having the
life
fucking
itself.
The cojones.
To fucking be a badass.
Yeah. I don't know what the last part of the first verse really means. You've seen the children, or sorry, I greet you, for you still believe in what's behind a door. You've seen the children freeze upon their knees and praying to the wind descend their gray Madonnas back again.
For you still believe what's behind a door.
Yeah. There's something to attain.
You still believe in a mystery. You still believe in kind of like this progression of the future, that the world can change. You still believe that it can get better.
I could see it.
And he greets you because he's along the same lines. He's one of the people willing to die for the cause. He hasn't become bitter and jaded, and thus he accepts you as his friend.
But for some reason, it's followed by you've seen the children freeze upon their knees, praying to the wind, descend their gray Madonnas back again, which I figured meant that I figured it meant like Madonnas is in like
but it's also you still believe in what's behind the door. It's you didn't give up hope. You retained this hope despite experiencing great tragedy.
Maybe that's because they got up off their knees for some reason. You've seen the children freeze upon their knees.
Well, no, because
didn't.
They've seen the children freeze upon their knees, so they've seen the children. I don't know, man. Lose hope, fucking resort to praying to gods, and yet this person still believes that we can make better of the world.
Yeah, I was agreeing.
So
yeah,
they've seen God, they've seen the world at their worst, and they still believe they can fix it.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude.
I think that's good. Yeah.
Butterfly.
We get this stuff. We get this song. We get this album.
We understand
get Scott Walker 100. All right. Moving on. This one I wish did more. I can't help but deny it. This song, it's really pretty, but it's so brief.
I have a song like that on this album too, and we'll get to that later.
It just wisps away.
Oh, it's not letting me open the lyrics on here. What the fuck?
Uh-oh.
Why are the lyrics not on this album? Or this website?
I don't know.
It's stupid.
Kill him. There's a butterfly.
Okay, I opened it on Genius, despite the fact that I hate using Genius.
Okay.
It's butterfly circling the beach. Oh, I love this. I do love the lyrics of this song, though.
This one's the most like a poem.
Yeah. Oh, it's just so pretty.
Yeah.
I love that I love the line, he chooses your hair and that's where he belongs. Like, fucking, it paints such a perfect image of just the day. And, just how we're supposed to feel about that butterfly, man.
For he's lost like a star.
Yeah.
Was that point for me? That was like painting him as like a star lost among the galaxies, and that he's calling her head like the sky / galaxies.
I didn't read that.
Fair.
He's lost like a star. Why would the butterfly be lost? The butterfly obviously has to be a representation of something. Correct? Am I crazy to assert that?
I don't think that's crazy. No.
He chooses your hair, for that's where he belongs, for he's lost like a star. So perhaps the butterfly is just a young man who's spending some time with this woman because he doesn't know where to go. And they're having like this good like 6-month affair thing, like in the summer. It's a business trip, whatever. Dark rivers, your eyes belong to no one, like a star, like a butterfly. They're free creatures, but they're choosing to spend their time together.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Do you like that reading?
I can dig it. Yeah. For me, I guess. Dark rivers, your eyes belong to no one. And was the wind in this one? No. Okay. No, I'm with you. Sure.
You like that?
Mine, I think would be basically equivalent. Just rephrasing it. Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay, so then two-ragged soldiers.
Yeah, sure. But that one's super short. Do you not think that it's like way too wrapped up and just
butterfly? I get that.
Yeah, just pokes in and out.
It does just kind of poke in and out, and I really think it's a pretty song. I think the use of instrumentation is very pretty. I think the lyrical choice is very pretty, and it's one of those things where I just think maybe they couldn't figure out how to add on to it in any way that was meaningful.
Yeah. Or it could have been that he like wrote all of these as like a collection of poems, and he just wanted to like isolate them to what like thematically the poems were or something.
Yeah.
But like just one unit was done, so they didn't want to make it.
But yeah, I wish that was like a 3 or 4 minute song. I'll agree with you there.
Two ragged soldiers.
Ready?
Yep.
I gotta find the lyrics.
I think this one's about homeless folks.
You think so?
Personally, two homeless folks.
These two homeless former veterans.
Something.
Oh. Honestly, this is the song I remember least from the album. Strangely enough.
Something. There were meals in the missions for two frozen statues, so the statues theme comes back. People that were like contributing to history or whatever.
Yeah, I'm with you on the homeless people actually. Now that I'm re-listening to the song.
Oh, right on. The ex-veterans part is a good detail though, because that could be fitting for why there would be two frozen statues.
Well, I just assumed the soldiers were... Yeah, two regular soldiers. I think the soldiers are homeless. Like, they're homeless veterans.
Yeah. I just figured they were general homeless people, but yeah, that frozen statues line. They seem to be in a church getting meals.
The lyric in this song that I always recall is, one would speak of a lake where he used to go swimming and the other had no memories left for his mind. That lyric is a fucking bummer and a half. I really like it, but it's like a fucking a gut punch of a fucking thought. And then but if it's followed with their arms around each other, the two ragged soldiers laughed through a war that they couldn't see. It's like it's just like their company is all they need for each other.
Yeah, it seems like they weren't committed to whatever the war efforts were.
Yeah.
Like it may have just been that they kind of went along with it out of because they laughed for a world filled with fantasy, which I would assume means that that's for their own kind of world. Like that's the only world that they could laugh for was the one that they had for themselves.
Yeah.
Rather than whatever was happening in history in the world. That was my guess.
To looking grass woman. Is to depart from summer like two ragged soldiers, dragging their heels through fantasies. I guess they aren't soldiers.
Okay.
Because it says they depart from summer like two ragged soldiers.
Yeah.
So they depart from youth into old age like two people who had fought many battles. So life is hard for them as they grow up. Yeah, I think you're right in the homeless people reading.
Okay.
I think you're very right, actually.
Right on. They took the detours that scattered the way. Is that about like not committing to the war effort? Because that's sort of like
that?
what I. The second line. They spoke transparent phrases to looking glass women, and they took the detours that scattered the way. Because I feel like that has to connect to that they laughed through war that they couldn't see.
Well, I think they took the detours that scattered the way is they kind of squandered their life. Like fucking.
Okay.
Maybe they drank too much. Maybe they didn't get good jobs. Maybe they just fucking were just kind of playing it by ear their whole life.
Yeah, but did they ever get to the like wherever the path was supposed to lead?
I don't think so. I think they're just two friends who kind of been fuck ups together.
I like that rating. All right.
Okay. Now, TJ.
Good. Yeah.
TJ, you ready for this next song?
Of course. Is this your favorite one?
Without a doubt. This is my favorite song on the album. And I wish it was longer. That's what I was saying earlier.
I wish this one was longer.
I wish it was so much longer. But this song has so much potential. Like, this song has the potential to be one of my top 5 all-time favorite songs. And all it needs is one more verse at the end and, like, some more instrumentation to kick in that last verse. And then it's fucking in as top 5, without a doubt. But no, dude, there was points in this week where I just had this song playing on repeat in my headphones. Because it captures such a fucking cool mood.
Right on. This one was one of my less preferred ones on the album.
Really?
But that doesn't mean that I disliked it by any means. There were a couple that I thought were too quick and went on too. There were a few that I thought were actually like lesser songs, but this one was right where the quality of the album fits to me. It's just on the lower end, probably.
Damn.
Because for me, it's just an acoustic thing, and he does like some blues intonations. I was like, whoa, that's like such a weird standout. Even.
I think this song
just really strangely. It ends cool though.
It ends cool, but I just wish there was another verse where like maybe a drum and like a fucking bass and an electric guitar kicked in after all that acoustic bit for one more verse. I think it would be like the perfect song. It's kind of like you remember 2:45 in the Morning by Elliott Smith?
Oh. Not lyrically immediately. Yes. No. Yeah. When he wakes up in the middle of the night.
Where it's basically all acoustic guitar up until the last verse, and then like a whole band kicks in behind him. I think that would kick 30th Century Man up over the fucking top for me. But it's fucking still a badass song. I still fucking, like I said, I put it on repeat in my headphones without the rest of the album for like a solid 30 minutes yesterday.
I'm looking at the lyrics right now, and it's remolding the way that I'm reading this album.
Yeah.
See the dwarves and see the giants.
Yeah. Which one would you choose to be, man?
Yeah. And if you can't get that together, here's the answer. Here's the key. So it's not either of those. You can freeze like a statue, like the statues that were frozen in the last song, like a 30th Century Man. And so it seems that he's actually saying that's a good quality, the freezing or being like a statue, possibly. And having the answer / here's the key, that could refer back to the door that came up earlier, wanting what's behind a door.
Yeah. Well, I think you can freeze is like a...
Do you remember where the door was?
I don't remember where the door was.
Get excited to follow a rabbit trail.
No, it's fine. You can freeze like a 30th century man.
Okay, I greet you, for you still believe in what's behind a door. You've seen the children freeze upon their knees and praying to the wind to send their great Madonnas back again. That doesn't sound like freezing.
Well, you can freeze like a 30th century man. I feel like freezing has to do with time in some way. But I feel like freezing in or winter generally in all of this album has referred to aging. So you can... Yeah. So I think what he's saying is you can freeze, it's a double entendre, is you could not make the decision and freeze in that way, but your time's still going to be passing you by. So you're going to freeze in the way of winter, which is the way of aging.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Maybe rephrase it, I guess. I didn't follow completely.
So you can freeze in the sense that you can not make a decision, which would be like freezing time around you, but time's always going to be moving, which would be to freeze in the way that he discusses winter and fall as aging. So he's using kind of a double entendre between the season and the word freeze there.
Which one would you say that he's like advocating? If he's advocating.
Oopsie doopsie, I didn't mean to do that.
I'll save my bread and take it with me till 100 years or so. That goes with the preservation lyric, which of course Saran Wrap comes up.
Shame you won't be there to see me shaking hands with Charles de Gaulle. Play cool.
That one's what?
What?
That lyric's weird.
Shaking hands with Charles de Gaulle? Why is that weird?
Yeah.
I just think it sounds like cool as shit.
It was before his time. Charles de Gaulle was a battle leader. He's one of like the main people, one of the leaders of the France during World War II. So if this is talking about saving to go into the future, why would he be shaking hands with Charles de Gaulle?
Because Charles de Gaulle always went into the future because he had the historical clout to get statues made of him.
I've got you. Yes. Okay.
Play cool and Saran Wrap all you can. Save all you can. Save all you can for the future, like a 30th century man. You can freeze like a 30th century man. You can freeze the idea of yourself for the future to interpret.
Oh, okay.
So you'll be the same you are today in the 30th century when scholars look back upon you, like a 30th century man.
Yeah, but it's like not the real thing that's preserved. It's a statue or
yeah.
But then he'd be shaking hands with Charles de Gaulle. That involves movement.
I don't know, dude. This
I don't know, but I'm in
gonna
with it. But
hit play on this song again because I just want to hear it again.
Sure.
So
I'm not sure what he's trying to say exactly throughout this album. Now I'm now like in question,
cool
and I like that. That's good. It's cool. He's playing with my way of interpreting things and seeing things, and that's better than I've gotten earlier when I was reading through it, because I was just like, yeah, broad themes, yay.
Dude, this song just sounds so cool. I'm sorry. It gives me like a fucking erection when I hear it.
I feel like it doesn't fit in this album. Like I feel like it's
I agree. It's totally very different than everything else, but it's fucking just so cool sounding.
It is. It's badass.
It's so badass.
I have not seen or no, I have seen The Life Aquatic, but I didn't know this song, so it probably didn't have any impression on me.
Where was this in Life Aquatic?
Oh, I thought that it was. Maybe it's not. Let me check.
No, because I remember when I was researching Scott Walker, it says something about Life Aquatic for the soundtrack. But I thought the soundtrack was all like Portuguese covers of David Bowie.
Yeah, me too, actually. Fuck. Maybe it's Portuguese covers of a bunch of things. It does show up. Also, The Way I Feel Inside by the Zombies was in there.
Interesting.
Okay, it has quite a bit of things, and but also quite a bit of Bowie mixed in. Maybe there was just I just wasn't paying enough attention to this. Oh, but then there's David Bowie covers throughout it also.
Yes, the David Bowie covers are all in Portuguese.
Oh,
it's the dude on the ship who speaks Portuguese. He's doing the David Bowie covers.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I need to rewatch that.
It's a good
movie.
But
apparently that's where some people know this song.
I would actually say that's my favorite Wes Anderson film.
You have said that. You've said
I have said
that.
Good for me.
Right,
good for me being consistent.
Hell yeah, man.
Winter Night.
Are you ready for Winter Night?
Love the fucking string section yet again.
Very doom-ridden.
Yes. That's because he's hitting in the title the main theme of death in the album, winter. He's just laying it out on the table for you.
Okay. You're like Winter Night, your thoughts are frozen.
It's just looking back at a life that the owner of the life perceives as wasted. Perhaps not wasted, but just is there a word for like sad nostalgia?
I think so.
Your eyes are lanterns growing dim. How depressing.
Yeah. You watch the leaves as they shiver your loneliness. But I'll never light them up again. So it seems to be that he was the thing that possibly made her eyes light up.
Yeah.
Oh shit, is the song too short too? I didn't notice the song was too short. Now I'm with it.
I think it works. I think a song can be 1 minute and 40 seconds and still be the appropriate length.
Yeah, I didn't notice it until now. But also, it's one of the least catchy songs on here.
Yeah, it's still pretty though.
Yeah,
I don't think this album is going for catchy though.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know. These still, even like from the top song, there's a melody that you can pull.
Yeah, the top song on here is kind of a special case though. Like that song is the most experimental, musically, on the album, and that's kind of what makes it stick in your head.
Okay, well, I think this one did not have enough that was memorable, melody wise, and so I'm going to take 1 point down.
One whole point?
Half a point.
For the whole album?
No, for the song.
Okay.
Needed gone half a point and needs a chorus. Thank you, Scott Walker.
Needs a chorus. Damn.
I'm getting caught on the "You're like a winter night, your thoughts are frozen" because the Frozen is coming up again. Like the statues, or is it like the other? That's like the other Frozen you were talking about.
Well, your thoughts are frozen, meaning your thoughts are frozen on the summer of your past.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And your thoughts are frozen on your prime. You kiss your lovers in the snow, but it's mournful in the same way it is nostalgic.
Okay, so you're doing it all sort of in a way to try to recapture the old memories?
Not necessarily to recapture the old memories. It's just the old memories are there, and you wish you could be back there, but no, you're an old, crippled man now.
Okay, I like that.
But no, you suck and your body's decomposing slowly.
Yeah, that is going to happen, unfortunately.
It's true. It's depressing, isn't it?
It's the saddest.
2 weeks since you've gone.
Yeah.
The last track Scott Walker composed on this album.
Oh, yeah. And I feel like the Tramp.
What?
He likes Charles Chaplin.
Yeah.
Picking dustbins in the alley. He looks up as I pass, clutching rags from a city's restless night. This could be a homeless fella. It is. Tramp. Duh. I could read all the sadness in faces I knew down at Kelly's bar last Friday. Oh, somebody for a friend, and I haven't been back since I mistook somebody for a friend in a world full of friends, as mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
That's probably related.
So the friends in the previous song were taking advantage of the person, and that's why their luck ended up bad.
Possibly. Oh, inside the last song here in Winter Night?
Inside of the last song where friendship was mentioned.
Big Louise. Okay, I think that's Big Louise or Rosemary. If I walk these streets for long enough, will you happen to me again?
Also, dude, I hate to keep bringing it up. The fucking string arrangements on this album, like, fucking... Ugh.
Oh, the Sweet Taste of Summer is probably supposed to be like the sun. Yeah.
Where's the Sweet Taste of Summer?
Verse 3, line 2.
I gotcha. My memories pursue you like puddles of rain. The river inside me still flows.
I've got 3 puddles of rain.
I'm using a different site than you, I guess.
Yeah. It's such a pretty album.
Through is the right lyric, sorry.
Okay.
The river still fly. Water is such an interesting thing in this album because I can't tell if it's what side of things it's going towards.
Hold on, let me plug my headphones into my phone.
What? Oh, I gotcha.
I gotta plug my headphones into my phone.
I think Rivers naturally lead to the transition of the seasons. Hello, audience. That's my thoughts. Is river go in both places? It's hot and cold for river.
Okay, I'm back.
I was saying, I think rivers and water in general, like rain and whatnot, kind of serve as transitionary periods between the cold of the winter and the heat of the summer. And that's how
Oh, okay, works. Because it melts.
Yes.
From the mountains comes down to the sea. Yeah, that's good.
And that's
why... very common. I feel like that's actually something that helps a lot with reading like Bob Dylan and Leonard Cohen lyrics. Like that's something that I pick up on a lot. Is like wind and rain both almost always symbolize time.
All right. So are we going to Sons of, or do you got anything else for here?
I didn't look through the rivers. Oh, to the sea of your hands. That was weird. But yeah, so why is her hands the sea and the rivers inside of him still flow to the sea of her hands? Well, because inside him, the tears.
The river inside of him is kind of the transition between the summer and the winter, and it's flowing into the sea of her hands because her sea is pulling the water as it goes. So it's kind of a metaphor for the amount of time that they've spent together.
Oh, okay. Rivers inside me still flow.
So it's been 2 weeks since she's been gone, but he still wants the transition of his life to flow towards her. Does that make sense?
That's great. Yeah, that's great. I like that a lot, man.
Cool. I'm happy.
I'm with you. Let's go on to the next one, yeah.
All right, now we're on to the song Scott didn't write and just kind of meshed into the album.
These three are by Jacques Brel, but I think they're fine covers. It's just, but I do agree that they depart.
They feel so different from the rest of the album. Like, these feel more different to me than 30th Century Man does.
Okay.
I don't know if you agree with what I just said there, but...
I don't, but I can see it, so I'm not gonna... Like, I think that's just a taste thing, whether or not these seem that much different or not. Funeral, I think If You Go Away sounds really similar to the rest of the album. But
If You Go Away, I actually think is a very good closer to the album. I think Sons of is the weakest song on the album.
Okay. I like that it's written in a way that comes off as very folky, because also these lyrics are originally French, because these were all just Jacques Brel French songs.
Yeah. But I feel like the message of this song is kind of stupid.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what it is. It's just that people...
Well, it's like any kid can do anything. It's like, oh, you grew up poor, but you could become president. Oh, your dad was fucking rich, but guess what? You'll end up homeless in a gutter and a war veteran one day.
Interesting. So you're saying like, oh, it's just about that you have no way of seeing like what your future will be?
Oh, yeah, it's like all were children like your own. The same sweet smiles, the same sweet tears, the cries at night, the nightmare fears. Sons are great or sons unknown, all children like your own. It's like, it's basically just like everyone's the same. You could all end up like a
asshole. Okay, yeah. You're putting in different words, but yes, I agree. That's what I got from it as well. Yeah. Is that it's sort of a broad message. For some reason, I didn't take that as cheesy, but yeah, I guess that's basically like saying life is lived, huh?
Yeah, no, this is the cheesiest song on the album, without a doubt. Like Funeral Tango is like, I don't necessarily like it, but at least like there's some tongue-in-cheek humor behind it that I can appreciate.
I actually do like that one quite a bit.
It's pretty good.
Way different so
but much different. It's I like it when he goes ha 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 ha.
He sounds genuinely pretty demented. He captures the jester persona pretty well. But that's the next song.
Yeah, that's the next song. Do you have anything you'd like to say about Sons of?
Yeah, this one, the top, I guess, sounds pretty similar to the rest of the album, but specifically when it jumps up to the swelling violin, and it sounds much more like a waltz.
And it loses all of the morose nature that this album.
It suddenly sounds like it's out of Beauty and the Beast soundtrack.
Totally.
Oh no, Anastasia. You ever watch Anastasia?
What is
Anastasia? It's pretty good fit. It's just one of the cartoons that were big. I think it was a DreamWorks one though. Whatever made.
I don't remember it if I did see it.
Okay. It was a Russian themed though, so the accordion that jumps in here would be very fitting there.
Do you ever watch the Russian fucking like Soviet Union actually War and Peace like series they did?
No.
It was like some acclaimed Soviet Union director did it. I've heard really good things. I figured it would be something you might have seen.
Oh, okay. No. I got not much to say about this one though.
I think it's one of the most generic songs on this album, without a doubt. Okay. But you want to move to Funeral Tango?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. I think the instrument. I actually think I do like this song better than Sons of. I will say that.
Okay. His voice takes on much more character.
It does. He fits the mood of this dying old man very well, and it kind of captures like a weird youthfulness in his voice too.
There's an author that this is reminding me of. You're probably going to be able to figure it out before I can remember the name. He's like a satire writer of
Voltaire.
Old. Yeah, thank you. It reminds me of a very Voltaire sort of sense of humor.
Yeah, no.
Very lofty.
What was the main Voltaire work? Oh God, why can't I remember it? Where he's making fun of
Candide.
Candide, yeah,
Candide?
Exactly. Yeah, this reminds me of Candide. Actually, now that you say that, it clicked in my head.
Hell yeah. And that's also he fit like the archetype of kind of jester-ish kind of people.
Yeah. I really like the lyric. Let me find it. She's gonna make you cry, but not the way you cried for me. I thought that was a really fun lyric. Yeah. Like, after complaining about how they're spreading fake tears at his funeral, it's like, she's gonna actually make you cry, you bastard.
Yeah. So this is about like some of the essentially like
fake
he didn't
friends.
Have like a real relationship with most of these people.
Yeah, and they're trying to just get money out of his grave.
Yeah, that could be a lot to do with that theme of the friends earlier, the Big Louise and.
I actually do really like how he mixed these covers in to pick songs specifically that kind of fit with the theme of the album.
Yeah. Yeah. The Sons of, maybe not so much.
Sons of, not so much. If You Go Away, definitely the most so.
Okay. I don't remember what those are until we get there, but sounds good. Walkin.
But all these songs are so straightforward. That's the thing that kind of hurts them, I think, as opposed to the rest of this album. Okay. They're very on the nose. Whereas, like, you generally get the idea of the rest of the album, what Scott's trying to communicate, but it's layered behind some veil of mystery there, and yeah, it's very poetic. Like just
these are much more like Jacques Brel actual compositions where they're like trying to make a pop cover from old instrumentation sort of experiments.
Yeah,
or like maybe not Jacques Brel, but that you hear in French pop music, I guess, a lot.
Absolutely, and even like. There was already French pop music people who were doing more experimental stuff at this point. I can't remember his fucking name because I'm an idiot.
I know who you're talking about. The one with the girl on the cover. She's got the jeans.
Well, they all have girls on the cover, dude. They're
that's
perverts. Gainsbourg.
Serge Gainsbourg.
Gainsborough.
Yeah. I've always said Serge Gainsbourg.
No, it's Gainsborough. I might be wrong there. But yeah, like even him like was doing more interesting stuff than that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that'd be a fun album to do someday because I have some criticisms with that album.
Gainsborough,
big one.
Yeah. I'd be down. It's been a long time since I've listened to any of his stuff.
I've only listened to one album and I've heard bits of other things, but it's cool. So, If You Go Away on this summer day, then you might as well take the sun away. There it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Birds.
This song is like the transition piece between the summer and the winter here, and that's why it works as a closer. Even though it's not his own original composition.
Okay. All the birds that flew in the summer sky when our love was new and our hearts were high and the day was young and the night was long.
2 weeks since you've been gone.
Still for the night.
Was talking about the river, and obviously they've been gone for 2 weeks. This song is kind of giving the ultimatum, but if you come back, we can be so happy and have summer forever, but if you'll be gone, I'll prematurely progress to winter.
Yes, specifically he says, we'll sail the sun, we'll ride on the rain, and talk to the streets and worship the wind.
Which is why you could just cut out the 2 songs between this and 2 weeks since we've been gone, and it would be way better.
Okay. But if she goes, the world will stop turning till she returns again. If you ever do. Oh, I read that wrong. Oops. Okay, so if you stay, I'll make you a knight, like no knight has been or will be again. I'll sail on your smile, I'll glide on your touch, I'll talk to your eyes that I love so much. So he wants to make a day and a night.
Can we talk about how the key kind of changes when he describes doing the happy things versus when he describes doing the sad things?
Sure, I didn't notice that division even. That makes sense.
I like it.
Is the sad thing supposed to be I'll sail on your smile, I'll glide on your touch, I'll talk to your eyes during the night?
I just remember hearing it when I listened to it last time. I don't remember where it exactly happens.
I think it's between verse 2 and refrain 2, I would imagine. Because that's when it switches over to the night theme.
Sorry, I'm fucking lost.
Yeah, no, this is actually a longer song for lyrics.
Yeah.
Hit just 3 verses.
Well, not for him, for the other guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move my computer monitor fast. I realize I fucking am taking up like all of the screen. There's a horse behind me, guys. I didn't choose to put it here.
This is the one where I feel like the most it comes off like a song that's just a straightforward love song. But it ties themes together for the rest of the album.
I mean, I feel like a lot of... that's true. Because, like, a lot of this album is a love song, but it's...
Yeah.
But If You Stay is where fucking the major key picks up. Yeah.
Oh, okay. The second time or the first time? Because But If You Stay, I'll Make You a Day. And
I'm in the second time right now. I didn't hear it the first time, but it might have happened because I'm just listening through. Is it like when the weird little Mexican guitar starts plucking just a little bit? I think yes, but that's just for the second time. I didn't go back to the first time.
Okay.
I'm just listening to the song through at this point.
And then those background voices come in, all angelic, and like the end of that song that's at the end of Edward Scissorhands. That's what it reminds me of.
Edward Scissorhands, such a fun movie. Yeah. What's your favorite Tim Burton movie, TJ? Not to.
No, we're good to go on tangents.
There's one correct answer. There's actually two correct answers. There's actually 2 correct answers.
Ay. I don't think I'm actually placing all of them right now. I think there's one that I'm forgetting significantly.
There's 2 correct answers.
And I can't place what it is. But I'm going to go say fuck you, Ben, and that it's Beetlejuice because Beetlejuice is hilarious.
That's the third place behind the first 2 real answers.
No, there's something I'm missing, and I don't know what it is.
Which is Pee-wee's Big Adventure is number 1.
No, dude, the one with the dog. Dude.
Mars Attacks is number 2.
I think that's overrated. I don't really like Mars Attacks very much.
Damn, but Pee-wee's Big Adventure did. Pee-wee's Big Adventure is
let's go.
Masterpiece.
I really liked it. I should actually watch it again because I feel like I watched that a little bit too drunk, just chilling with you one day. And we were probably talking over it a little bit.
Anything Pee Wee Herman's a part of, I'm a fan of.
Okay.
But yeah, dude.
Also, I hear Ed Wood is really good, but I haven't seen Ed Wood.
I've never seen Ed Wood either, actually.
Okay. But there's one about that dog.
Frankenweenie?
Frankenweenie, thank you, yeah. Which is dope. There's a short film and a long film.
Is it actually dope?
Yeah, the short film's really good. The short film is
okay, but is the movie good?
Oh, I haven't seen the movie. But the short film's really good for a short film.
All right.
I would say better than any of his feature lengths, personally.
TJ, what are your thoughts? Scott 3.
Scott 3. Oh, dude, it was very interesting and much more experimental than I expected.
I agree. I was expecting way more croonage.
Yeah, because I've only known him as being a old singer-songwriter, so I just expected like.
It's crazy to me you haven't heard of any of his later experimental work, because that's what I know him for. Is like his
now I have
weird shit that he did in the 90s and 2000s. Because I loved that shit in high school. That's like was my jam.
Cool. I'm looking forward to listening to those because it seems like he has a very good capacity for doing some great, cool shit.
He does.
That being said, Ben, this album I did feel was uneven.
Yeah, I get that.
There were some songs I didn't think took off the way that they should. There were a few songs where, overall the whole entire album does have this interesting tone that I wouldn't get from anywhere else. So automatically that's like a really big quality, but it's like it doesn't like push itself into like me feeling like there's any way anybody could take too much influence from it. Like obviously people have David Bowie and whatever,
People definitely have. Like,
but I think I think it's then very different. Like I feel like it's as if there's not like a moment where you're gonna be like, that's the Scott Walker sound, unless it's exactly swelling thing, and then somebody going, ah. Yeah. It's like that's a little bit too on the nose for me for what a style is like, I guess. And the album goes all over. I give it a 6.9.
God damn.
Just short of a 7.
God damn. I expected higher from you, honestly. I really did.
Sorry, Ben.
All right. Here's my rating. This album is easily a low to mid 9 if you get rid of the last 3 songs. Like, if you just chop all the non-Scott Walker compositions off of here, low to mid 9 for me.
And one of the things that brings it down is that 4th song, isn't it? 5th.
What do you mean?
The charging one.
The which one?
The
we came through. Come on, man.
Silly.
It's fun. It's a fun song.
It's silly. But it is. It is fun.
No, but it's easily a low to mid 9 if we get the last 3 songs. Since those last 3 songs are on here, it's like an 8.2, 8.3, something like that.
Okay. 8.8. Which one should I go for?
I said 8.2, 8.3, so I guess 8.3.
Okay. All right. Damn good.
I really liked it. I fucking actually adored it.
I always had this reminds me a lot of my experience with Klaus Nomi, and just that it's something that I didn't expect to bump into and to have such its own like novel portrait.
Nature.
Like it's just so different from other things that I've so pocketed away.
Yeah, dude, I'd be interested in doing Klaus 4 or Scott 4, or just the more experimental of his work in the future, because I love his experimental shit.
Okay. Well, until then, Ben, why don't you throw it on me? What's the category going to be next week?
See, TJ, not next week, 2 weeks from now, because we still have to do Carly Simon next week. It's a fucking weird system we've developed. I
like it more, but only barely.
I'm torn between 2.
Okay.
And
you said there was one you were very excited about, and I've been hyped about that one all week. Ben.
No, the one I'm very excited about is the one I'm saving for when I steal the fucking week from you.
Oh, that's mean, man. You're already planning on stealing a week soon?
Whenever I hit 100, yeah.
Bastard.
So one, I have an album picked out for in my head.
Okay.
And the other one, it's the thing I'm more excited about doing, but I don't have a particular album picked out. Let me pull something up here real quick.
Oh, sure.
Let me see.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to point out a joke that I wrote.
Do it.
If you go away, he has the line about leaving enough for his hand. So what is that line? If you go away. So he says, then if you go, I'll understand. Leave me just enough love to fill up my hand. Do you think that's about jerking it off?
I don't think so. All right,
but
TJ.
Speaking of jerking it off, did you notice that he says inside of this song, just an empty room full of empty space, like the empty look I see on your face? There'd be nothing left in this world to trust. Do you remember that Empty Room is also a song by Arcade Fire that you probably spent many an empty room in pace with?
Hey, TJ?
There we go. Okay, yeah.
Fucking for this one category I've thought of.
Okay.
Would you be... I'm just going to say the artist I would pick for the category, and do you have any particular albums you'd be interested in checking out by them?
Okay, and that was a good joke I just told.
It was a great joke. I loved it.
Okay. It was about you masturbating and that your pace is the same as that song by Arcade Fire.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Okay, go ahead.
Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Do you have any particular album you're interested in by them?
No.
You don't? Are you Have you ever listened to any Nick Cave?
None.
None whatsoever.
None. I've listened to a couple of songs.
I'm sure one of them is Red Right Hand.
Speaking of masturbation.
That's a dark masturbation joke, dude.
We've all shaved a little.
All right. Because picking an album for Nick Cave is very hard for me. Because
I've heard he changes a lot.
He does, and I love all of his shit.
Okay.
So I think I'm just gonna go with the most generically fucking accessible but also really good album, which is Let Love In.
Okay.
By Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. And TJ, you know what this week's theme is?
What is this week's theme?
And the.
Okay.
So I got Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. You got to come up with an and the band.
Yeah, that's really good. I like that. All right, so Nick Cave, Let Love In. That's the one where he like has blood written on his chest or something.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, I've seen that on your wall.
I don't think it'll be your favorite Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds album, but it's just like the easiest place to start where I know it won't fucking piss you off.
I don't care. Honestly, I think I'm fine with kicking in like weird spots for artists too. I think it's kind of fun to come in at a different angle than most people.
I agree with you, but I also don't want to turn you off from artists I know you would like. Like Nick Cave is someone I know you will dig if you just find the right Nick Cave album for you.
Yeah, I just don't think I get really turned off from artists very often. I feel like I only look at like the things that I'm interested in for like a year.
Yeah.
And then like maybe it'll influence that I listen to sooner, 2 years down the road or something, but probably not.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
Well, shit. Now I'm even more concerned. I should give you a Nick Cave album I think you might like more.
Maybe, but now the viewers though, for the viewers.
Let Love In.
What if someone listens along with us?
Because like Scaroofi's choice is The Good Son, which I agree is a very good album.
Yeah.
Scroofy doesn't like Let Love In, which is crazy because Let Love In's incredible.
I'm with you. I say let's do this one.
Let Love In.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm very excited about my other category though. I'm gonna save it for next time.
Okay. All right. I'll be interested.
Because I think it's a fun one, and I think you'll have trouble coming up with an artist for it.
So Ben, I actually have something, an audio file that I would like to send to you as a sound bit because I don't see any way that I can actually do a soundboard.
Yeah.
On my side,
what do I
over to you. So here is an audio that is, I hope, going to be a part of our soundboard.
It's gonna be. Are you sending it on Discord? Because that might accidentally show the penis again.
Oh, yes, I was gonna send it, but the penis should be up. Should be up in the scrolls.
Just like do a bunch of spaces and fucking enters.
Okay. You can also delete your old messages. You do know that, right?
Nope, I didn't know that.
You can, yeah, you can delete them.
What are we doing next week, Sound? That didn't come through the stream very loud, I don't think.
No, it didn't play through the stream at all.
It didn't? Are you sure?
Oh, it may have gone to Twitch. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I didn't hear it on my side, though.
Here, go to Twitch and listen.
Okay.
I'll play it again.
It's open. Oh, I'm not hearing anything.
Damn. Okay, let me find a way to do it then.
Okay.
Open file.
Weird. Well, we can do it later. I don't care.
No,
I found a sound bit for us. We're actually, this is going to be laggy.
Shh.
Oh, sure.
Let's try this real quick. Okay, now listen. This segment's called What Are We Doing Next?
What are we doing next week?
Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, Let Love In.
It's good. It's such a bad sound effect too, but I think it's a good temporary one.
That's one of the few times I've ever heard my voice and been like, yeah, I sound good there.
Right on. I think you have a very good radio voice.
I do when I try. When I don't, it's very bad.
Okay.
But yeah, dude.
So yeah, now you have one of our sound bites. I'll try to build a couple more.
I had like 5 different categories to try to get us to listen to Nick Cave this week. Because I really wanted to listen to Nick Cave. I've been listening to Nick Cave for like the past month.
Okay.
But one of my categories was just going to be, what have you been listening to lately? And I feel like that's boring as shit.
Yeah, I don't think that one's fair. It's all right. Whatever.
All right, but I'm going to go pee-pee.
Me too. All right.
I want to put up this thing?
Just hold.
1 second. Text.
BRB.
Oh, I can move this text. It's not Scott Walker no more.
It's
God.
BRB.
How do I edit it? Boop, 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 boop.
Gonna take a dude. Oh, we have one more follower? Oh, that's right. That one guy followed us when we rated him. That's nice.
Burb. Goddess. Peace. That brings me joy.
Yes.
Burb goddess piss.
Goddess biz. All right. I'll see you in just a few minutes. See you later.